Hi there, people. It's Dave Dowling here. It's Wednesday, September 9th. It's about 5:30 in the evening here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And it's a globally warmed 6 degrees above right now. And it's raining. I don't often see rain in the early part of February here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. But raining it is. Might be able to hear the rain hitting my raincoat and the ground. Yet you can see snow everywhere and ice on the road, and it's raining. Because it's winter here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, the sun is, of course, setting early, and that's why it's dark, because the sun sets early on top of the clouds that are there, and there's some nice ice I'm walking on. There's my gigantic foot that has monstrous, horrendous scars on it from surgery, which I will perhaps reveal later and talk about later. Right now, it's raining here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where it's 6 above Celsius, which for all you Fahrenheit-loving people elsewhere, is, I believe, around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe a little bit more than that. I'm not an expert on that conversion stuff, like some of you people are. Well, there's a puddle, and look at that. You can see the raindrops hitting it there. The street lights are on here already. And of course, in winter here, when it's like this, it's good to make it home before dark, because once that sun's down and it's dark, stuff like this can freeze, and walking becomes pretty hard because you're basically walking on a skating rink when this stuff freezes. Those roads are a skating rink with a layer of ice on top to make it even more slippery. Yes, indeed. This is Edmonton in February at winter. Off there you can sort of see a bit of the sunset colors. We sometimes get nice spectacular sunsets here because of the pollution in the air and global warming clouds. That there is a reflection of the street light, I do believe. This here across the street there, that's a nice little park. These are very old apartment buildings that are going to be torn down in the next few years for a 25-story high-rise complex with a mall on the end, and it'll be next door to the LRT that is over there about a block. It's going to be a monstrous apartment complex going in here that'll house something like 20,000 people or something, maybe more. There won't be all these trees here though once that goes in. And here I'm crossing the ice-laden, watery, slippery road. Hopefully I don't fall and break my neck. That'd be no fun. Oh, and I made it across the road to the slippery path through the park. And you can see some of the sunset colors there. Here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, on February 9th, when it's raining. 6 degrees globally warmed above 0 Celsius, that is. Oh, there's some nice sunset colors over there. Here, I'll zoom in on those. Those are spectacular with the playground in the foreground. Not too many people are out because of the rain and the fact that it's winter here. Oh, look at that nice sunset happening because of the pollution levels in the air. And pollution levels have risen. In the early 1800s, like the 1850s, when they first started sort of measuring pollution levels in the air, they found that there was about 185 parts per million, which was mostly natural stuff like particles from forest fires, particles from volcanoes, pollen from trees and plants and other stuff that winds had carried up. And today, there is no longer 185 parts per million of pollution. That has increased to over 420 parts per million of pollution. Because we have no freedom to represent ourselves in all matters of government. If we did, different technologies would have been implemented that did not pollute, like Nikola Tesla's wireless electric system for vehicles. Electric vehicles don't pollute, and a wireless system to power them doesn't pollute, especially if the factory or the generating plant producing that electricity is doing it in a non-polluting manner too, with like a Tesla tower that generated power and transmitted it. There's a nice sunset thanks to all those pollution levels of over 420 parts per million of pollution. Very nice, spectacular sunset. Yes, we don't have Tesla's wireless system for vehicles. It has been profited from for the wireless system of transmission with cell phones that we pay exorbitant monthly fees for, and radio stations that we pay for with commercials that abuse our ears, and TV stations too. There's all kinds of wireless transmission of power happening now, over 100 years after Nikola Tesla invented the system of doing so. Yes, you have to have ice legs to walk here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada in winter. Ice legs are similar to sea legs. Ice legs is a special way of walking on ice-clad paths in snow-deep areas. It's a special skill that people in northern areas do acquire from living in the northern area. Yes, it's raining here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where government should mandate freedom for all voters to vote on everything government wants to do. Then we probably wouldn't have pollution-tinged sunsets. Wow, it's raining pretty good here. Look at those raindrops falling in the toxic puddle. Look at that nice brown water. I don't think you'd want to drink that water. Brown water, yes, that's a fine example of representative government being a virus. And representative government is the only form of government there is on this planet. It's where in Canada here we vote every 4 years for our representative, our federal representatives. And we start voting for those federal representatives at age 18. And our life expectancy here in Canada is 81 years. When you do the math, get your calculator, do the math. Here in Canada, we get 15 votes in a lifetime for our representative. That is not democracy, nor is that a republic. It is, in fact, more similar to a virus with all kinds of nasty symptoms. And that's why government should mandate freedom for every voter to vote on everything government wants to do. That's a true mandate that should be mandated. Freedom to vote on everything government wants to do. You are best at representing you. Don't lie. Someone else is. You should represent you on all matters of government. It would be easy to do. It could be done on cell phones like the one I'm filming with. They could have little kiosks in public transportation like buses where you could do your voting. They could have voting kiosks in community halls, churches, even schools. It could be done over the internet, in banks and malls. It'd be easy for all voters to vote on everything, and that's what should be mandated. Freedom for all voters to vote on everything. I am Dave Dowling. This is Edmonton, where it's a global warmed rainfall.